How's everybody doing today? My name is Steven Rosenberg. This is Gene Ginsberg, and welcome to another amazing episode of Marketing Success in Under 10 Minutes. We have an awesome show for you guys today. Gene, how are you doing so far?
Oh, I'm doing well. How are you, Steven? What's going on?
I'm doing excellent. I am in a really good mood, and I am really excited to do this show today because I think it's going to add a lot of value to our audience. You want to tell them what we're going to be talking about today?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the questions we've gotten from our audiences is content marketing really more effective than advertising? And when is it more effective? Is there times that content marketing is not really that effective? So that's an interesting question. So talking about content marketing versus advertising, and I can start off there. I probably can share my philosophy and maybe talk a little bit there. So I'm a big proponent of content marketing. That is one of my, I'd say, biggest philosophies, and when it comes in strategies, when it comes to finding customers for my clients or for my own business, is really nurture and using content as a really solid strategy to bring people into the fold, add value, and then eventually it makes it much easier to upsell these users, who've already engaged with you. They see your brand, they understand it, they have a better understanding of what your company does. And so a sale at that point makes a lot more sense. I feel like with advertising, it's more of a hard sell. So it's more forced. It's more forced. So what are your initial thoughts, Steven?
Yeah, I mean, my initial thoughts is that content marketing, you first need to have clear on what you're selling and why you're selling it and all that stuff, so that when the hard sell part comes, then it does work. But I believe that content marketing makes a lot more sense, especially in today's world, because people really do relate to you doing content that's not so polished and that's more personable, and, as you were saying, gives them a much better perspective of what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, and letting them kind of in, as you say, as opposed to just going for a hard sale. I feel like people in 2018 have a really good radar for when you're trying to hard sell them. And even if they're interested in the product, you will purposely resist it subconsciously, even sometimes, because it's a sale, and you just get hit. If you're going on the internet in 2018, you're getting pitched something somewhere on some platform. There's cookies following you all over the internet. I mean, it's just non-freaking stop with advertisements. So I think that really getting to know somebody through their content is way better, and the sale will come much more naturally. The other advantages, I think, are that you don't have to pay for it. It's free. So with hard advertising, whether it's through Google or Facebook or anything like that, it can be very effective, but you also have to pay sometimes a lot of money for it, especially if you want to do standard advertising like billboards or newspaper or anything like that. It's really overpriced. And what are you actually getting out of that? It's not like if you are in a newspaper, someone's going to get to know you. It's just a forced-fed advertisement to buy this, whereas content is much more passive, and you're not always selling. Like, if you are selling something that's good and that's a part of your daily life as a business owner, then that's going to come through and shine, and people are going to want to get that product because that's what you believe in, And I think that the people that aren't for content marketing probably are selling something that maybe they don't believe in, or it's snake oil salesman-ish. That's what it reminds me of.
I can totally agree there. I think you kind of hit it there on the nose, is that it's much easier to, if you will, sell someone when the company or the brand has a vision or a mission, and then you see that vision or mission and you become, enamored with it. So it's much easier, for a company to make that transition versus if you're just a company putting out advertisements and there's no vision or mission behind it or values behind it, then then there's not a connection between the end user and the brand. So I think it's important through the content marketing to relay that mission and vision as part of the brand.
Yeah, and it doesn't even need to be something extreme. I mean, it can really be something very simple, not time consuming, not overly complicated, and definitely not too polished, because when you get into the too polished realm, then it becomes a sale. I mean, it's like this subconscious thing that happens in your brain, and you turn into sort of that salesperson, and people just have such a high detection for that, I think, in today's world. It's just something that people are very much resistant to, at least my personal experience, and other people I know, that's their personal experience as well.
Oh, no, I absolutely do not disagree with you. I think the saying now is nobody wants to be sold to. And I'm sure that's probably the case been all across the board, but especially now I feel like with the new generation, the millennials, Generation Z, like nobody wants to be sold to. People just want to engage. People want to be part of the mission, but they don't want to be, nobody wants to be sold to. So I think that's why I feel, as part of my philosophy, as part of my business, my core values are content. That's why I use a lot of content marketing, because I feel that relaying that information through content marketing is just much more effective, and it's much more of a better communication strategy to your end user than trying to just bombard them with ads all the time.
Exactly. 100%. I would completely back up everything you just said. Yeah. Yeah.
Great. Well, I think that's any other last minute thoughts before we wrap this episode up?
No, I think that it's really good that we talked about this today. I hope people got some value out of it. I hope that you try content marketing if you haven't tried it. And probably shouldn't even say marketing. It's just producing content that's authentic to you and what you believe in, especially if you're an entrepreneur and you believe in your company. Hopefully you have good morals and ethics. Then you don't even have to do the marketing component of it. You just need to create genuine and authentic content, and
Absolutely.
We'll leave it with that.
Yeah. And and absolutely use social media to distribute that content and gain a following and gain an audience. And that's how it makes it so much easier than to do the marketing piece, because you already have the content out there.
Exactly.
So,
well, thank you guys so much for watching. And Gene, thank you very much.
Yep. Thanks.
Thanks so much for watching. We hope you'll continue to get involved and join us as we help you find success in your entrepreneurial journey. Please follow, like, and share with others who will find this beneficial. We'll see you on the next episode of Marketing Success in Under 10 Minutes with Stephen and Gene.